Hi there, welcome back to another painting tutorial. Today I've been requested to do little figures in landscapes. How do I place my figures in landscapes? And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do on a blank piece of paper. I'm just going to do well, in fact, I'm going to do it in my new sketchbook. I thought I'd show you what I've made, but I'll show you that in a second. I'm just going to do the sketchbook, the figures in the sketchbook. Not actually in landscapes, just to show you how I sketch them roughly and then just paint them in, and then it might sort of give you some idea how to put people in landscapes and whatnot. Because if you've got a road and you put a couple of figures in, it gives the whole sort of painting scale and just brings it to life a little bit. You know, you don't have to do much more than just a silhouette really, maybe just a suggestion of colour for the clothes, that type of thing, but you don't have to do a great deal. So yeah, anyway, first of all, here's my sketchbook I made. Now the reason I started making my own sketchbooks is because I think Moleskine are very good, and I think if you're happy to buy Moleskine books, you've seen mine. I fill them up and they're great for sketching in, but I actually wanted to create a sketchbook that I could use my own paper, the paper I paint on, my Arches watercolour paper. So it was harder than I thought, to be honest. It wasn't easy. I've stitched it properly and I've glued it with special bookbinding glue, and I've put a hard cover on both sides. I haven't done the spine, I've just done both sides, so it's got a hard cover that way. But it was fun to make. But to make a book this size, which I think there's, I don't know how many pages, I'll write in the details how many pages, but it took one imperial sheet of Arches watercolour paper, which is about, if I get it from Jackson's, it's just under £4 a sheet, I think. So the mount card was scrap. So basically I've made myself a sketchbook for £4. Yeah, it took me about 2 hours to make it, so if you factor in my time it works out a lot more, but that doesn't matter. But the most important thing is it's actually got the paper in that I want to paint on, and I think that is just fantastic in a sketchbook. When I go out with this now, it's going to be a joy to sketch him because I know how that paper reacts. And so anyway, there you go. You can see the stitching inside the book. There and there. That's the spine there of the book. Not very neat, I suppose, but it works. And the book opens up perfectly. You know, I can put clips to hold. Let me just show you. I can put clips to hold down the pages, like so. And so if I want to paint a double page landscape, all I've got to do is have a couple of clips with me, like that, and like this, and then I can paint, you know, across the page my landscape, which I do in my books anyway. Works very well, straight across. But it's just great to have Arches paper to paint on. But like I say, it isn't. When I did it, I thought, oh, I'll knock one of those out in half an hour, no problem. But the stitching was difficult, harder than I thought it was going to be. But I think it's like anything. I think to get your speed up, you'd have to be doing a lot of them. But anyway, I'll put myself down for a course in January. Locally, they're starting a course making books like this. There's a lady here that runs a little shop, and she makes the most beautiful books. So I'm going to go on her course. Okay, then I've just sketched out a few rough images in my book of different walking poses I thought we'd start with. I've done them slightly bigger than I'd probably do in my landscapes. Put a bit of colour there. I'm just going to go down. What shall I use? Some cerulean blue. And just pop that in, go down. I don't mind it running into the burnt sienna. I'll give you some idea how to do it. And then what I do, and again, I don't want to I just want to start it in the right place. I don't want to. He's got a bit of an attitude with his walk, I would say, but hey, start off a bit there, a bit, just waist comes down, And again we can put some, anchor them down to the ground. Right, let's just, like I say, I'll not paint to the legs in any great accuracy. I'll just cut, oh, itch. Bit of shadow there. Another hand in there, and but just, you know, it's when you're painting the legs, don't just paint them straight down. Give them a bit of a wiggle. That'll make them, even though it might not feel particularly right, it will look. But in the process of just, if you just practice these little the wind's kind of blowing her skirt that way, I think. Skills. There we go. What should we do? A bit of shadow on the hair there. And that was her hair. Anyway, there we go. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to drop by the forum if you need to ask any questions. Okay, thanks for now. Bye bye.